I think it's a bit of an end of the track, really. I think I've been sent on a bit of a wild goose chase. What's going on here? I think I've been led up the garden path. And welcome back to a brand new video. So it's Bank Holiday Monday, and we're going to start this video off at Anchors Park because there's a bit of a fair going on. We're going to have a bit of a look around and just see if we find a bit more information about this one. And we're also going to go in search of a very old farmhouse which was built there in the 16th century. So come and join me. So this one, like I said, is just located on Anchors Park in Cleveleys. So we're going to have a bit of a look around this one, and so like I said, see if we can find out the times and the prices when this one's on for everyone. And they've even got the bouncy castle, and one of these are actually located near Central Pier. It's the same sort of firm who have got this one in, and this is the last day, unfortunately. But they are going to Anchors Home and setting up for a few days there. And there's the ghost train. Would you dare to go on that one? It reminds you a bit of the Pleasure Beach, that little mini version. And it's actually fun fairs for you who organise this fair. So I'll put everything in the description. Go and have a bit of a relax. So they are venturing over to Anchors Home. So that'll be an interesting one if you do want to visit something like this. So we just hit Cleveleys, with all these little quirky places. It's quirky streets, cobbled streets, and it's local independent shops. There's actually been a change on the cards for one of the local pubs. So we're going to go and have a bit of a look at that and see if we can find out what it's changed into. So this one is called Light of Life now, and before this one, it's only sort of recently changed, and it used to be the Royal British Legion Club, and it was here before, as long as I can remember. Like I said, the Royal British Legion, fantastic little place, and you can see now that has now changed hands to Light of Life, a church, and this is just in Cleveleys. So let me know in the comments, how long the British Legion, the Royal British Legion, was actually operating from here. And I've been there a few times. They used to have little snooker tables, all sorts, and everyone would go in there and reminisce, discuss the stories and the history. And you can see that is now changed hands. This is just to the side of the property, and you can see where the engravings once was. And just to the right of the picture, you can see a soldier with like a gun, and it's all now been scrubbed off. And yeah, it's like a piece of history, sadly gone. And you can just see the window there. So I did try to take a bit of a picture, but because it's glass and it's on the inside, it's very, very hard to capture that. But there is a little inscription, and it says the Royal British Legion. And it's only a matter of time before that window is replaced. So just around the rear of the British Legion, or what used to be the British Legion, you see the shutter there, and you can see just a couple of barrels. What the ones used to take in, I'd imagine, through the shutters, and serve those. All those people, like I said, who shared stories. And now this one has been transformed, shall I say, to Light of Life. So what's missing here? What can you gather? So there's two things what's missing here due to the awful weather we're having today, which is a shame. And there's two things missing. There's people. Normally this whole space here is heaving with people. They're all sat on the benches enjoying themselves, and the little ice cream Little ice cream van, and he's always here, and he's missing today as well. So you can just see how much of a disappointment day this is in regards to the weather, and it's just amazing. You know, a bit of sunshine and this will be absolutely packed. So just a bit of a shot of Cleveleys and the beach, and you can see it's again, you know, it's a miserable old start to the day. But nevertheless, what we're going to do now, we're going to have a bit of a hunt for this old farmhouse, and it was constructed in 1692, and it's a grade 2 listed building. So what we're going to do, like I said, I always like to bring something a little bit different and explore different places on this channel, and bring you a little bit of history as well as every day-to-day life. So what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to jump in the car and see if we can find this, looks like an amazing place. So we just arrived at our location. We're going to have a bit of a look around this wonderful area before we show you this, the old farmhouse. But what an area this is, and it's sort of steeped in really old buildings. We're going to have a bit of a look around here. So I think the name of this place gives it away. Cobblestones, you can see all the cobblestones in the wall. And again, look at this one, amazing. Wonderful, wonderful building. The houses around here in this little lane is extraordinary. Yeah, look at this one. It's like that sort of that program, you know, Who Lives in a House Like This? Look at this one, beach house with the iron gates. You know, with the lovely trees. And yeah, it's a bit of a one, you know, who lives in a house like this? I wonder who does live in somewhere like this. You know, a magnificent building. Like I said, we're not going to get too close, but you can see it's inscribed on the old pillars there. Beach house. What a place. So what we'll do is have a bit of a walk. I'll leave the camera rolling for a few moments, and you can just see it's like a wonderful little country lane. It's like a world apart from Blackpool, Bisbam and Cleveleys. This is based in Thornton, Cleveleys, it's called, in Thornton, Cleveleys. And it just reminds you a little of Torquay. When I visited there, all the country lanes, and Cockington. All the, I mean, that's the house, as I pan the camera around, where we just saw momentarily the beach house. Let's just, like I said, we'll leave it rolling, have a bit of a walk with me on all these wonderful Oswald cottages, and right at the very bottom is this place, and it's one of the oldest places in Thornton, Cleveleys. And it's nice to explore different places. You know, despite the weather, it's quite warm, and I say some fantastic properties. Look at that, the old the old lantern. You can see there what they used to have many years ago. And like I said, we're just been there, and we'll keep walking down. But it's just nice to bring something a little different. I know, you know, this doesn't hold a lot of memories probably for nobody, but it's nice just to do a bit of the exploring. And look at this, it looks like a little cottage. You can see it needs a little word to it, but who wouldn't say no to something like this, a project like this? And it'd be interesting, you know, just to go around the back and see all the old brick it's made of, and the pebbles. How wonderful, you know, to own something like that. What a project that would be. So this is at Woodhouse Lane, I believe, and you can just see the old trees in the garden. Look at that. It's certainly a stunning place, and I still haven't found the old farmhouse. I want to keep looking. So I've been walking for about 10 minutes, and I just asked a local, and apparently it's down here, about 15 minutes walk, and you bear to the left. So it certainly gives you a bit of exercise. And again, you know, some wonderful little cottages along this stretch. I'm just hoping I'm going in the right direction. It looks a little muddy down here, and it does say road closed. Look at this. What's this? This is where the, I'd imagine they put the Kindle in, is it? What does it say? Bug Hotel. Look at that. This used to be a hotel back in its day. Bug Hotel. So I don't know if this, them guys were, or a lady and a gentleman was having me on. They said, keep walking, they said. Look at this. It's a building site. Let's whip the camera around to the left. And you see, it looks like they're developing new houses along this stretch. So I don't know if they're having me on. But it's getting muddier and muddier. But I suppose we'll keep walking for a few more moments and hopefully find this Rakes Farmhouse. Well, I think it's a bit of an end of the track, really. I think I've been sent on a bit of a wild goose chase. There's a little narrow sort of path there, so I think I'm just going to go about a few hundred yards. All I can hear is cows and sheep in the field. No sign of this Rakes Farmhouse. What's going on? Well, this is good. Like I said, it's just sort of sheep's, or shall I say, you know, sort of land full of sheep on this one. And this is this doesn't look like the Rakes Farmhouse, so I'm not too sure what's going on here. I think I've been led up the garden path. So we have found it, and like I said, it's through sort of dead end roads and muddy paths through the old sheep fields, and we finally found it. So this one is Rakes Farm. Rakes Farmhouse, and this building was constructed originally in 1692, so you know, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And it was actually on a site of an even earlier building which date back to 1595, at least 1595, and it's got a rear extension which has been added. And like I said, this is one of the oldest buildings in Cleveleys, Thornton Cleveleys, and it's been designated a Grade 2 listed building by Historic England. And like I said, the property is just located near Rakes Road, just on the junction of Stanner Road and Hilly Ley Road. How amazing is that? You know, you're looking at a property. I know it's been, you know, it's been done up, shall I say. How about that? Hundreds and hundreds of years old. You can just see the old pebble wall. Also amazing. And you can just see, I'll just see if I can zoom in, on the gable end, you can actually see a date on this one. So what am I doing? I just sort of ask if I can have a bit of a look around the outside, around the at the back. Be a bit cheeky. What do you reckon? So there's a chap called George Eves, and he was employed as a labourer on or in the Rakes Farm back many years ago. I think it was 1910, and he was actually found dead in the granary in the afternoon. And he was actually an orphan, and he was actually employed by Mr. Lawrence since he left school 6 years before his passing. And he was sent to the granary the morning to chop hay, and his body was later found lying in some hay near the chopper. And that's a bit of a story in regards to the granary. So that was actually in the local paper, you know, 115 years ago. So I'm not too sure, you know, if they ever found out why he was laying there dead, or what the script was, you know, what investigation did they do back, you know, that many years ago. So again, you know, this one is actually steeped in rich history. And he was lucky. I spoke to the gentleman who owns the Rakes Farm, and he invited me round the back, and he was telling me some fantastic stories in regards to this place. And he's hoping to buy the barns. Apparently they're like a separate entity who belong to his family, and he's hoping to purchase those. But it's just nice to explore something a little different. And like I said, the Rakes Farmhouse is one of the oldest buildings in Thornton Cleveleys, and is absolutely fantastic. I'll pop a link in the description if you want a bit more of a read. But you can just see, before we end the video, like I said, those old barns which they wanted to demolish. And what a peaceful setting, and what a way to end the video. So don't forget, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, more importantly hit that notification button and you've been notified of all the upcoming videos. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and it is a bye from me. Bye bye.